Park strip sprinklers are notoriously inefficient. With mismatched heads and all the overspray, there's no wonder that they have a bad rap. Not just poor coverage, but in some cases, no coverage. In many cases, the overspray is actually more efficient than the sprinklers covering the grass. At only 15% efficient and an absolutely poor head layout, it was time for a complete upper end overhaul. This meant laying out flags, taking measurements, and replacing heads. As you can see here, I'm just digging them up, pulling out the old head that's there, and replacing it with something new. For projects like this, typically only a few of the heads for the entire yard are actually in the proper location. This means the complete replacement of all the heads and nozzles, but not necessarily the pipe that supplies them. Typically leave the laterals in place and simply use a funny pipe extension to place the head where it needs to be. I tie onto the existing fittings, then run the funny pipe to the new location after digging it up and cutting it to length, and spinning on the new heads, placing them, and backfilling. After backfilling, that's when you flush the system, and then you put on the new nozzles. But we got a long way to go before adding nozzles. After doing a proper layout, you'll find in many cases there are heads that just simply have to be removed. In that situation, I just dig it up, spin it off, throw on a cap, and move on. This only takes a couple minutes in total. Many of these old layouts are simply this bad because they were put in by people simply pacing them off. I would recommend that you use something like the measurement app supplied by Apple, or you get out a tape measure or a measuring wheel so you can get accurate placements of your flags, because you should actually be placing at exact locations, not just simple estimates. It can make a huge difference when you're talking about efficiency. These barbed couplings are great for this project. I always buy probably 3 times more than what I anticipate using, because you'd be surprised how often they're needed. For these, as long as there was already funny pipe in the ground, they will really come in handy. Remember to always have some space behind the head, between the head and the concrete, so that when this property or the property is edged, it doesn't tear out your brand new sprinkler heads. I so often see people that place the heads right at the concrete so they can have the most efficient layout. It's not efficient if your sprinkler heads get broken every week. The thing to expect when you're doing this is that you're going to find stuff that you don't typically run into. In this case, there are some poly lines that just have some reducing adapters on the end. And in this case, I'm just simply reusing what's in the ground. Just being cautious not to damage the fitting, cutting off the funny pipe, and placing a new piece on, just looping it back to where it belongs. In most cases, the lines or the laterals won't be as deep as you want them to be. I don't fuss over it because it simply is the way that it's been there for years. You're not going to change anything by going through and having to redo all the laterals. You're just going to make more work for yourself. Also, keep in mind that you want to make sure that when you're done, all of your heads are level and they're even with the ground. As you can see, that head right there sticks up about a full inch. When they stick up like that, they get stepped on, and it winds up making the head go crooked, and when it's crooked, it's inefficient. Crooked heads are one of the worst causes of inefficient systems. When it's time to put the nozzles in, you want to flush them first, then drop in the nozzle or drop in the basket and the nozzle, depending on what you're using. In this case, they're MP rotators, so they come with a basket attached. But there's also a location or a little notch on the side that'll show you the direction in which you want to set it. There's the notch, as you can see. I'm going to spin it on and ratchet around to the right location. I'm just feeling for it. And there you go. I try to always perform catch cup tests because they will give me a better understanding of what's really going on. The improvement was huge. It is now 79% efficient.